Hey guys, so this week's topic is unsafe food and how to incorporate it in your regular meal plan. Um, just how to get to eat it, I guess, in a safe manner. Let's see. I guess to start out, you have your regular meal plan, which I highly suggest using a meal plan when you're at the beginning of recovery, just because it gives you a guide on what you should be eating, which is essential when, you could easily just say, oh, I'm just going to skip. I didn't plan anything, so let's just skip it, No one will know because I don't have it written down. I don't have the structure, blah, 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 whatever. So meal plans are good for that. It gives you a tool to use to make sure that you do eat, and also to do it on a timing schedule for at the beginning, so that you remember to eat. As my therapist tried to get me to do, have alarm sets on my phone so that I knew each time that I needed to eat. So that's an idea if you need timers. If you're one that's gonna just ignore a clock and say, yeah, I forgot, whatever. So anyways, that's part of the topic, but yeah. So with that, you also write a list on whatever paper, whatever, if you want to have a form, whatever, have a list of your unsafe foods. And what I did in treatment once is what they did, which is probably a good idea too, is divide them up into low triggering, medium trigger, and high triggers. And then that way you have a list of things that you can start with. So when you're first starting out, you don't want to start with high triggering foods because you're basically setting yourself up for failure. It's not guaranteed, but you're less likely to fall into the trigger if you start with something small. So start out with the low triggering stuff and work your way up to the high triggering stuff when you're stronger in your recovery, etc. So, say, let's see, a low trigger food, maybe your low trigger food is a banana. Yeah, that's a long story of why that was a trigger food for me. But we're not going to get into that. And let's say a medium trigger. I'm trying to think. High triggers are a lot easier to think of. Okay, so we're just going to go low trigger, high trigger as examples. So the low trigger, banana, and high trigger, chocolate cake. So I am obviously not going to start out with adding chocolate cake to my meal plan. It's a lot easier to start out with the banana. So basically how you can do this, sorry, I am really antsy today. There's multiple ways you can do it, but you can try doing it like every day, adding some sort of trigger food, but sometimes that can get overwhelming. So what I'd suggest is either do it every other day or a much simpler and beginning stage once a week. So you're starting out with the banana. So you add a banana to your meal every day for a week. And maybe you probably get tired of banana, so maybe, every other day, but you get the picture. You add it for that week, so maybe you have it every other day for that week. And then the next week you add another low triggering food. Basically, you're just incorporating a variety and incorporating those trigger foods to realize that the trigger foods are not bad. They may give you those bad feelings, but you can work through them, and the food is good for you. Your body needs the food, etc., etc. I'm sure you don't need a nutrition talk. So yeah. And then once you've tackled those low triggers and you feel strong enough that you can handle a medium trigger, start incorporating those medium triggers into your meal plan. And then once you're really confident in yourself and you've conquered the low triggers and the medium triggers, move on to the extreme high triggers, such as the chocolate cake. And obviously when you're starting out, start out small. You can add a bite of the chocolate cake, a bite of the banana, whatever. Start out small. They use this reference in a lot of things, but take baby steps. And that's true. You gotta take baby steps because you can't take giant leaps, because then you're missing a whole gap of steps. And that could be detrimental to the recovery. So, small baby steps, adding a little bit at a time. Definitely suggest taking a day and just thinking of your trigger foods and dividing them up between low triggers, medium triggers, and high triggers. And then if you really want to get into, I'm big on like forming forms, lists and stuff. I like writing stuff down. I don't know why. I just do. Whether I follow them or not is another story, but I try to. So yeah. So first, write down the triggers. Second, maybe do like a monthly plan. Each week you put what you're going to be doing and just figuring out those meal plans and incorporating them. And sometimes meal plans don't work for people, but so if that's you, just incorporate one of your trigger foods every day or every other day and just work through the list from low to high so you don't overwhelm yourself too much. I think that's all I really can offer. Not sure what else I can really add to that, but obviously if you have questions, down below or message me, whatever. I'm here. Yeah, I'm big on lists, so as I already said. So anyway, the question of the week is your favorite subject or subject to learn, so not necessarily school, just a topic that you like learning about, whether you are in school or you just surf the web, read books, whatever, that type of thing. So for school, I loved math. I still like math, I don't know. When you're out of school, you can't really delve into math. Because you have no reason to like learn it, but I like it. So anyway, that makes sense. Outside of school, it's animals. I love animals. I love raising them. Before I went off to college, I raised livestock, and I was big on trying to improve my livestock for show quality. So I was big on that kind of research and stuff, and I know a lot of people probably find this boring, but that's what I like to do. I like to research, bloodlines and all that, and just standards of what the animal should look like, etc. But since I can't really do that right now, which is a bummer, really is, because having livestock really helped me for recovery-wise and stuff, but you do what you can, I guess. Someday. Now I'm focused on my daughter and finding things, the best way to raise her. Like I'm non-vaccinating. I didn't give her a sugary cake at her birthday. I'm just all about her health, but I don't want to be too health conscious. I'm not going to be like that. It's just right now, while she's young, I'm going to restrict her sugars and stuff like that that are horrible for her. But anyways, I'm big on natural parenting, I guess. So that's my big subject right now, is best way to parent best I can. Anyway, failing a bit, but each day is a new day, right? So everyone keep on chugging along and start using those trigger foods, incorporating them into your meal plan, and be well on your way to recovery. It's a good goal. Anyway, talk to y'all later.